90-Day Fiancés Sarper and Shekina finally reveal if they're getting divorced amid tell-all drama. 90-Day Fiancé couple Shekina Garner and Sarper Güven responded to divorce rumors after revealing marriage problems at the tell-all. Sarper and Shekina's journey began during The Other Way Season 5 with the Turkish man revealing his bad boy past. Sarper shed his old ways for Shekina as he moved to the US in 90-Day Fiancé Season 11. The couple ended up getting married on a bed. At 90-Day Fiancé_Alexa shared a clip from Shekina and Sarper being interviewed for the Sarah Fraser Show where they were asked to address their divorce rumors. "We're happy. We try to be happy," Sarper replied. He added that while getting married is a difficult thing, they're still trying their best. Sarper mentioned how they have problems and a lot of ups and downs, but they still love each other. Shekina spoke about how neither of them actually wanted to get married. Sarper had been married before, and they thought they could live forever happy together without having that commitment. However, they had to marry because of the K-1 visa. Shekina admitted that it was something that scared both of them, and they had a betting since it was the least scary place for them. What Shekina saying they never wanted to get married means. Shekina and Sarper previously spoke about how they never wanted to get married during their debut season. They didn't think they needed some kind of documentation to prove their love and commitment to each other. Still, Shekina kept flying back and forth from Los Angeles to Istanbul to be with Sarper, and it was getting hectic. It was an expensive affair for Sarper as he struggled to book female clients. Shekina didn't trust him around other women, but she also wanted him to pay for her flights and expenses in Turkey. Eventually, they thought it was best for Sarper to relocate to America. He developed cold feet one too many times and almost gave up. Sarper didn't like being dependent on Shekina. He craved independence, but it looks like he's finally standing on his feet as he stars in stand-up shows and conducts fitness workshops. Shekina and Sarper have always had arguments on 90-Day Fiancé and almost broke up. Sarper has yet to discuss what the problems in their marriage are. Our take on Sarper and Shekina possibly still having marriage problems. It appears that Sarper and Shekina will appear in 90-Day, The Last Resort Season 3 next. They are dealing with issues that are worse than the ones that 90-Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After couples have. There might be something that still holds them together as they navigate life together after 90-Day Fiancé Season 11. Hopefully, therapy helps them figure that out. 90-Day Fiancé, Shekina Garner and Imani Jalassi are enemies now, the drama explained. Members feuding in the franchise, but what really happened between them? Imani is part of the franchise's first ever throuple in 90-Day Fiancé Season 11, living in San Diego with her husband, Matt, and their girlfriend Eni from Mexico. Originally from Tunisia, she moved to the US at 18, speaks 4 languages, and built a career in tech by working for companies like Google, while also founding her own real estate LLC. Imani identifies as bisexual and has been navigating the challenges of polyamory with Matt. Immigration logistics, trust issues, and jealousy became part of Imani and Matt's relationship as they attempted to bring Eni to the US. Meanwhile, Shekina is an esthetician who appeared on The Other Way and later on Season 11. She has over 20 years of experience in skincare and runs her own beauty studio. Raised in a conservative environment, Shekina later embraced a more modern lifestyle. She met Sarper Güven while on vacation in Turkey, and their intense relationship quickly became a central storyline. Their journey features challenges around control, trust, and appearance as they try to build a life together. Imani warned Shekina about the tell-all. Shekina was bothered by Imani's threat. When Imani walked in on set, feeling cold thanks to the New York weather, the producer asked her if she had a bit of work done. They wanted to know if she was comfortable sharing the details. Imani revealed that she had done a couple of surgeries. She had gotten a BBL done along with a nose job. Imani admitted that she had felt the pressure to go do all the surgeries so she could fit into the box that society created. However, Imani also added that in the process of doing so, she lost pieces of herself. Imani was heard telling her husband about her tell-all strategy. She was not going to spare anyone who would criticize her at the reunion. As Sarper and Shekina walked up to the group of cast members that Amani and Matt were a part of, Shekina visibly ignored Amani, who was right next to her, and walked up to Mark Bassett to say hi. She then turned her attention to Matt and again ignored Amani. This time, Amani tried to strike up a conversation with Shekina by asking her, "Wait, did they tell you I'm also wearing green?" Shekina said no and added that it was fine, since they were different shades of green. Meanwhile, a producer asked Amani about the tension between the two cast members had between them. Amani revealed that she'd proactively tried to reach out to Shekina to try and build a friendship. However, Shekina gave her brief, one-word replies. Amani figured that Shekina didn't want to talk to her, but she couldn't understand why. "So yeah, bring it," she warned the cameras. Shekina and Amani clashed over opinions about surgery. Amani compared her journey to Shekina's. Sean Robinson asked Shekina if she had changed her look. Shekina revealed she got a little lift done to her under eyes after she got her fillers removed. She said the new surgery made her feel natural, like the way she looked before she got her fillers. When she turned to Amani to ask about her procedures, Amani mentioned the body overhaul that she went through and claimed that, unlike Shekina, it was not something she was proud of. Shekina declared Amani did the procedures for the wrong reasons. While Shekina believed she went under the knife to fix things that were bothering her, Amani did it to fit society's standards. Amani said she went through an identity crisis because she didn't look like herself anymore. But you didn't want to look like yourself. That's why you got the surgery, right? Shekina asked her. Amani said she didn't want to lose who she was and wanted to still look like herself. But then what was the point of getting surgery? Shekina asked her bluntly. "You're rude," replied Amani. Are Shekina and Amani on the same page now? Were Shekina and Amani able to become friends? Amani and Shekina had first talked about plastic surgery during their initial conversation before the tell-all. However, Shekina didn't like Amani, telling her that while she liked Shekina, she was sorry in advance for the things she was going to say about Shekina at the tell-all. Shekina thought it was a very calculated move because she never plans what she is going to say in advance. Shekina felt that Amani trying to premeditate being mean to her said a lot about Amani's character. Like I tried to give her a heads up versus like coming in here and like being rude and bashing her like she is. Amani accused Shekina of being thirsty for screen time. It made Sarper jump in, and he also called Amani calculated. The two women then used the F word for each other as it looked like theirs was a relationship that could never develop into a friendship. It looks like things haven't changed between Amani and Shekina since they filmed the 90-Day Fiancé tell-all. Shekina is not following Amani from her official Instagram page. However, Amani is still following a Hollywood makeup account by Shekina, which suggests that she still respects Shekina's art despite the words exchanged between them. 90-Day Fiancé needs a new tell-all host after another explosive fight on set. As 90-Day Fiancé Season 11 winds down, the confrontations between cast members are still heating up. Although most of the cast have never met prior to filming the tell-all, they've spent the season watching one another's stories unfold. This means they arrive at the reunion with many strong opinions and questions for their co-stars, setting the stage for an explosive environment. Ever since 90-Day Fiancé Season 4, tell-alls have been hosted by journalist Sean Robinson. The former Access Hollywood correspondent has a direct but gentle interviewing style. While Sean does her best to mediate between the cast, recent conflicts have gotten out of hand, testing her ability to control the chaos. Amani Jalassi and Shekina Garner fought at the Season 11 tell-all. The 90-Day Fiancé Season 11 tell-all included several dramatic confrontations between Amani Jalassi and Shekina Garner. The pair admitted to previously interacting online, and although they started out on the right foot, the situation escalated quickly. Shekina claimed that as they exchanged messages, Amani apologized in advance for her actions at the tell-all, which Shekina took as a threat. When the two began sparring on stage, it was clear they had some heavy unfinished business. Amani alleged Shekina took things too far when she asked if Amani's girlfriend, Eni Aguirre, was trans. Shekina's only defense was to claim Amani was untrustworthy, and she then left everybody speechless when she accused Imani of being transphobic. The episode ended with Imani lashing out at Shekina, with the rest of the argument playing out in part 2. The below-the-belt nature of their fight was even more devastating due to the presence of cast member Elia de Batista, a trans woman. Plus, the whole argument centered around events that happened off-camera. Fighting between the cast is becoming a common tell-all occurrence. Tension between cast members is a hallmark of 90 Day Fiancé tell-all specials. However, there seems to be a disturbing trend of these confrontations becoming more aggressive. During the recent 90 Day, The Last Resort tell-all, Jasmine Pineda attempted to assault Rob Warren with her shoe in response to his repeated insults and name-calling. Social media has exacerbated disagreements between the cast members. They often show up at the tell-all having already exchanged vicious words before ever meeting in person. Returning cast members with existing relationships, including Rob and Jasmine, may still be carrying baggage from previous seasons. Although the season 11 fight fortunately didn't become physical, accusations of transphobia shouldn't be hurled around lightly, suggesting the tell-all conflicts are reaching a problematic level. The franchise needs to take a serious look at the tell-all structure and make changes to prevent future escalations. Sean's passive approach encourages cast confrontations. Although Sean does an impressive job of staying calm during the interviews, she doesn't always dig deeper when cast members are reluctant to share information. Sean's tendency to move on without full resolution opens the door to other cast members chiming in. In her professional role, Sean may know when to stop questioning, but the others on stage aren't bound to the same standards. If Sean isn't getting a satisfactory answer from the subject, she often turns to other cast members and asks for their opinion. This creates the perfect environment for private conflicts to become public. Cast members end up attempting to hold each other accountable, which contributes to situations quickly spinning out of control. Who should host 90 Day Fiancé tell-alls going forward? One viable option for Sean's replacement is already familiar to many TLC fans. According to blogger Shabuti.com, the tell-all for 90 Day Fiancé, Hunt for Love Season 1 was hosted by Sukanya Krishnan. Sukanya is the current host of the Sister Wives one-on-one specials. She also has a previous 90 Day connection, having served as the host of 2021's 90 Day Fiancé, Love Games. Sukanya has a much tougher approach than Sean, which would be a welcome change at tell-alls. Her persistence and no-nonsense attitude seem better equipped for mediating confrontations between cast members. Given the pattern of rising hostility, 90 Day Fiancé needs a host who can act as a firm moderator, and Sean's gentle approach simply isn't cutting it.